Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a French Bulldog. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the head. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a cup, a bowl, or anything else with a circular edge. Inside the circle, draw a curved horizontal line. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features. On the top right side, draw a curved vertical line for another construction guide. On the bottom half of the head, draw a small circle as a guide for the muzzle. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. First make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The top edge of this circle should overlap the construction guides. Now draw 2 small circles as guides for the eyes. Place these circles on top of the horizontal construction guide and on either side of the vertical guide. The eye on the right should be close to the edge of the head. Inside the muzzle, draw a small oval as a guide for the nose. The top edge of the nose should touch the horizontal construction guide. High above the head on the left side, make a small mark for the first part of the ear. Connect the small mark to the head using curved lines to finish the guide for the ear. On the right side, draw another arc the same way as a guide for the other ear. Make this arc slightly thinner. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Use the small circles as guides to draw the eyes. Darken the basic path of the circles, but make the sides pointier for the corners of the eyes. The shapes of the eyes should be slightly wider than the initial circles. The eye on the right should be slightly smaller because the head is turned. The inner corners of the eyes should point toward the nose. Draw a couple of curved lines around the eyes for creases. Keep these lines close to the shapes of the eyes. Make the edges of the eyes thick and dark. Inside each eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for highlights. In the middle of the eyes, draw small circles and shade them in for the pupils. Don't overlap the tiny highlight circles as you shade the pupils. Make the pupils big. Draw a few short strokes above the eyes for the furry brow. Use the oval that's inside the muzzle as a guide to draw the nose. Darken the basic path of the oval to create the shape of the nose. On the sides of the oval, draw lines that curve inward for the nostrils. Draw thin curved shapes at the end of the lines for the nostrils openings. Add a couple of short lines between the nostrils. Make the bottom of the nose curved. Under the nose, draw a line that slopes to the left for the first part of the mouth. Extend the line so that it's outside of the muzzle and then curve it up. Starting below the nose again, draw a short line that slopes to the right for the other side of the mouth. Keep this line inside the circle. Below this line, draw a shorter curved line for the loose skin on the mouth. Draw a curved line above the nose for a crease on the skin. Below the eye on the left, draw a line that curves to the left for the top part of the muzzle. Draw a short line below the eye on the right too. Extend this line toward the bottom so that it connects to the curved line under the mouth. Draw a couple more lines above the nose for more creases on the skin. Add another sloping line to the right of the nose to emphasize the folded skin. Below the mouth, draw a couple of short curved lines for the chin. On the left side, draw a longer curved line for the loose skin on the mouth. Draw these lines along the lower edge of the initial circle. Add a few more short lines inside the chin for creases. Use the big arc on the top left side as a guide to draw the ear. Darken the basic path of the arc to create the shape of the ear. Draw a couple of curved lines at the bottom to give the ear structure. Inside the shape, draw a series of short strokes for the ear's furry opening. Add longer strokes along the top edge of the ear. Use the arc on the right as a guide to draw the other ear the same way. Darken the basic path of the arc and add a few lines inside the shape for the ear's furry opening. Use the big circle as a guide to draw the rest of the head. Make the top of the head flatter than the initial circle. Draw a couple of curved lines around the eye on the right to give the shape structure. Make the right side of the head flatter than the initial circle. Darken the left side of the head using a broken line. Under the chin, draw a series of short sloping lines for the loose skin on the neck. Don't make these lines too long. Add a few more lines inside the head to emphasize the brow. Now erase the initial guidelines. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. You don't have to erase all of the guidelines. It's okay if you leave some behind. Redraw any of the final lines that you may have accidentally erased. Now shade your drawing. Shade using a series of short strokes across the head. Shade lightly at first and gradually build up to darker values. For light values, push down very lightly on your pencil, then push down harder for darker values. Add extra dark values to create shadows across the head. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. Pick a light source as you shade so that the shadows are consistent throughout the head. Here the light source is coming from the top, so most of the shadows will be on the undersides of the shapes. Use a dark value to shade the outer edges of the eyes. Use a light value to shade the insides of the eyes. Don't overlap the tiny highlight circles as you shade the eyes. As you shade, use strokes that go in the direction of the fur. Tilt the strokes along the curvature of the brow. Add a few short lines inside the muzzle for the bases of the whiskers. Add a darker value around the eyes and inside the muzzle to create a pattern on the coat. If you have a pet French Bulldog or a similar breed, try to duplicate its coat pattern on your drawing. Shade the nose using a dark value. Use a light value along the top part of the nose for a highlight. Darken the final lines to emphasize the shapes. Draw long strokes on the sides of the muzzle and above the eyes for whiskers. Shading can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep shading until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the French Bulldog. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.